I want to take some time to describe my mission in detail. As if I can just lay everything out to you so that you can understand in the best detail that I can express what my mission is, or what, in essence, what BlackSwanTv.org is about. Each and every one of us, we are experiencing life in a very unique way. Even our bodies are different. But in general, our bodies do the same thing. And we have the same organs, the same brain, in a sense. But the operating system, how we think and how we function, is different. And it's determined on how we are programmed. Our operating system. Just like your computer has an operating system. Now, your computer has great potential, but it's useless without an operating system. Unless it's used for extra capacity. You see what I'm saying? As a slave drive. You have two hard drives in a computer. You have the master drive and the slave drive. Now, the two are built and look identically the same. The difference is that one has the operating system on it. That's where the computer is running from. And the other one, the slave drive, is used to give the master drive more capacity, or the user more capacity. Add capacity to the master drive. In the modern world, the new laptops don't have two drives. They usually have one large drive that you partition, because the capacity has evolved to the point where you don't need two separate hard drives. The slave drive has been made obsolete, and the master drive just has a partition. It's just the evolution of things. Understanding the nature of the arena, the game, and the opposition, which is a beast. Why? Because they're good at what they do. Now, the art of war, we know, has pretty much anything goes. There's rules to war, but there's also exceptions. But the best form of warfare is subversive warfare, right? You're just trying to get to a particular end. So, if I can convince the adversary to do to themselves what I ultimately would pay an army to do, wouldn't it be more efficient, wiser to move in this way than the expensive, mechanical, destructive, overt way? The blueprint has been given to you. Now, part of, like I said, group economics is the healthiest term to say it. In the modern world, cryptocurrency is digital money. It is a digital asset. Not all cryptocurrencies are healthy investment opportunities. That is obvious. So being able to discern the difference between the wheat and the tares, it takes some wisdom. It takes understanding, which typically takes someone who has paved a path before you, who has experienced it before you, to inform you about. But we also know that following a trend, making emotional decisions, making decisions because of external influences is, what kind of consequences and results and outcomes is that? I mean, you may have some days when you win and people post those days, but what about the days when you're down 10,000, when you're down 1,000? So it's important to me that if you enter a crypto market space, number one, that it has a limited supply, a supply cap, and a low limit supply. The lower, the higher the value the coin potential is. It must have a efficient use case model, something that is an enjoyable experience, something better than what is already out there, faster, safer. But what is very, very important to me as an investor is that I'm able to buy in when it's at its lowest price. Not when it's 30% in the air, hoping that it's about to go all the way to $10. No. Because as high as it go up, it's as high as it can fall. So we want to be able to sell when it goes up. In order to do that, before it catches the news and social media trends, you want to already have had it for months. And this means that you had to have prepared, set up beforehand, and have amassed a quantity before it became the trend, before it goes viral, before it becomes popular. And there's a few ways to make it popular. Two that I can think of right offhand, which is an organic way and a artificial way. The organic way is grassroots. The artificial way is advertising. Somebody pumping in money into advertising to push a product to make people to catch the trend or pay people to start the trend. This is what's happening, because in the digital universe, it is manipulated and controlled by the masters of those domains. So what I'm passionate about at this age is digital asset management. Teaching individuals how to manage digital assets. And so digital assets, for an example, is apps like PayPal, like Patreon, like Cash App, like Bittrex, like Coinami, like Chime, and there's many more. Even Odyssey, YouTube. All of these apps that we use frequently have their economics is embedded into it. Most of them have an affiliate or friend referral that you can get paid simply by $100 simply by sending someone your link. But the thing is, you can't just send your link to just anybody. You can't just post it on Facebook, because people, you see what I'm saying? Jesus said you can't be a prophet in your own home, in essence. People in a home, in your own home, they want to hook up. See what I'm saying? So that's why he said, come with me, I'll make you fishers of men. See what I'm saying? You know, catching one fish at a time just never made a sense to me. All right, casting nets. They were casting the nets. But how long does fish last? How long does bread last? Don't you think that was part of the metaphor? That the Lords would feed you bread and fish so to keep you coming back for more. But see, what people do is they worship. They make deities of things, of principles. And when they do it, what they do is they have now an unbalanced view of things. See, Christ said, he called me good. But no man is good. I can post that reference. But he himself said, I am not good. Only God is good. So it is us who deify things, make images of things, worship these things. And this distracts us for fulfilling our ultimate purpose in life. Distracts us, it distorts our duties. So, back on topic, this is not all about money. This is about, in essence, a shift in the way economics is done in this age. The arena has changed. The value of currency has changed. I mean, they've printed trillions of dollars. Every time you print an extra dollar, the other dollars are devalued. Trillions have been printed in a matter of months. And so it's important for us to take a few minutes to really ponder what that means. But think about that. That means that the $10 that you were going out working for an hour in an economy that was $2 trillion. Well, the economy doubled in 1 year, the $2 trillion economy. So that means that $10 is really worth $5. And then it doubled again. So that means is really worth what, 7.5? I mean, excuse me. That's down from 5, 2.5. So what was $10 an hour in 2019, 2018, in 2021, with the amount of inflation and the amount of money that has been produced and put into the marketplace, if you factor that in, it's 3 times what it was. 3 times